Hey guys, my name is JessiMew and welcome back to Tyto Ecology. We're back in our rainforest biome today to check up on all of our little agoutis and our ocelots too, and I'm glad to see that they're still alive. I was a little bit worried because we know those cats can eat a ton of food, so I was kind of expecting to come back to see that everything had disappeared. But it looks like everything is pretty much still here. We have our three groups of agoutis over here. Though, of course, we're having a little bit of trouble with low population, but that's to be expected. We do have quite a few notifications, though, so I want to take a look at these. It looks like it's mostly mushrooms, and there's our agouti, of course, our frogs. Our frogs had low population, but it looks like they're okay now, so I wonder if they had babies? That would make sense. Let's see. There's 9 frogs in this territory, and I think I only placed down 1, right? Because I was worried about those guys. In the grasslands, when I placed 3 groups of frogs by the water, they actually ate all of the insects that I placed in the area too. They were very, very hungry little guys. I know he doesn't look very menacing right now, curled up right next to the water side here, but this guy can eat a lot when he wants to, so we need to keep an eye out for that, I guess. But where are ocelots? Because I am actually really surprised to see that they didn't eat away all of our agouti in here. Last I saw, they were kind of stalking up our agouti at the moment, and actually the agoutis were eating all of these mushrooms that I placed over here on Ocelot Island because they seem to think that this is the best spot to get the very best mushrooms in the entire biome, which is not really the case, you guys. You probably don't want to invade Ocelot Island if you don't want to get eaten yourself. But where are those silly little ocelots? They're very tiny. They're tiny, tiny little cats, so they're a little bit hard to spot, especially with all of these big ferns and these mushrooms dotting the place too. The mushrooms are almost the same color as the ocelots, but there's one. There's one right there roaming in the distance. Hello, little guy. You are adorable. You are so cute. I think it's those big eyes and that little bob to his walk. It is so cute. It reminds me of like a little house cat almost. It's probably as close as we're going to get to a tiny little house cat in any of these biomes, so that's probably why I love it so much. It's definitely different from the big cats like the snow leopard and the Bengal tigers that we're used to seeing in the Himalayan biome. This guy is just adorable. I love him so much. He needs to get some food though. It looks like he's a little bit hungry. I have a feeling he's probably on the prowl for that right now, and honestly, he has the pick of all the biome at the moment. There's quite a few agouti over here that he could just pick right off, so I am sure we'll probably be seeing him take down one of these little creatures anytime now. I'm not sure where his friend is though. Oh, wait a second. There you are. So they're like scoping out this entire zone right now. They have the whole zone under control, and oh dear, little agouti, I think you're done. Oh, okay, we're going a little bit further, I guess. Where are you going? Now I'm interested. You didn't want to take down that sleeping agouti. It was a perfect meal for you. Where on earth are you going? You are going to like the boundary zone here. Nothing is over there, little ocelot. There is literally nothing. There's a big wall that's blocking you from going anywhere over here. What on earth are you doing? Nothing. Literally nothing. Okay, thank you for that. Thank you for wasting all of that time, Mr. Ocelot. Thank you very much. But I'm glad to see that all of these animals are still alive. That means that we don't really have to worry about damage control on this episode. We don't have to add in all of these agouti to keep the ocelots satisfied. Instead, what we can do is unlock some more different creatures and maybe another zone. I think that's what we should do first. We'll unlock zone 2 because I have a feeling that we need to get some more space in here before we think about adding more creatures, because this is going to get very, very cramped very fast. And we don't want that to happen. Oh my gosh, there's these little like pathways over here. That's kind of neat. That's really neat over here. Of course, the water wraps basically around the entire biome. So there is a lot of water for all of the frogs that we can place over here. And actually, maybe I'll place another group of frogs way over here so they won't completely munch away all of the insects if we cluster them together like we did in the grasslands. That was not a good idea, guys. We'll spread them out. We'll make sure that each group has their own little selection of insects to eat, and I think that would be a better way of doing it. But first, of course, we need to place down our producers. That is the very first thing we need to do when we're getting another zone ready. I have placed consumers down before producers before, and that is not the way to do it. That is a very, very silly way to go about things. But there's a whole bunch of ferns. Oh my gosh, this guy over here, he is so excited. This little Agoutis is like, all right, I can finally stretch my legs. I guess he was definitely getting a little bit cramped over there. I'm glad that we opened this up. There's already a little mushroom down here too. One lone little mushroom sitting right next to the water. And things are slowly starting to trickle over to zone 2, so that's really cool. We should probably think about placing some more mushrooms over here, actually, just to keep the detritus levels under control. And I'm going to unlock the millipedes, too, because apparently we didn't do that in the last episode, or the last time we were here, at least. So we might as well unlock these and see what they look like. We'll put them right on this little crossroads over here. Little crossroads of these paths. And it kind of actually looks like our earthworm pile. But of course, these are millipedes, so that's interesting. Can I zoom in really close? There we go. There we go. We can see those little millipedes. They have a whole bunch of leaves, it looks like, instead of just a mound of dirt. So it's a little bit different, but that's really neat. I should probably put some earthworms over here too, just to be safe. And there we go. So yeah, those are very, very similar things. They're just slightly different. This is just plain old dirt over here, I guess. Dirt and twigs. And there's some leaves in that pile, so that's really cool. They're very, very similar. I do want to place some trees over here. The big trees again. I always like to do the trees first before we place too many little bushes and plants around, because it's very, very hard to get the big trees in when there's already so many little things clogging up the place. So let's see. Let's unlock the papaya in this episode. I think that'll be good. We'll unlock this papaya tree and see how that looks. Oh gosh, I need to get some more points in here before I can even use that. So we'll wait for that to gather up. And where should we put these papaya trees? How about in the back here? That might look nice. That might look nice. Oh my gosh, they're so tiny too. Those are adorable. Look at these little things. It has huge leaves, but it's so tiny. It's like a little stick, a little twig over here. So those will look pretty interesting anyway, all lined up in the back. And maybe we can put some other little bushes around here too. The orchids. Oh, the orchids would be so nice to unlock. I bet that would really give this place some more color. I might do that, actually. I might unlock the orchids, because I don't think we really have any other flowers, do we? I don't think so. I don't remember placing flowers over there, so that's something that I think I'll definitely do after we get all of our papayas in a row here. All these lovely papayas. I wonder what animal would like to eat fruit. We're gonna have to look that up, see if any of these animals in the rainforest like to eat papayas, because we will certainly have a lot of papayas for them to eat. These lovely trees here. We're probably going to want to place some pollinators in the area too before we forget. That way these papayas will be able to grow. So let's place some butterflies over here, because I love the butterflies. They're so colorful and pretty. Look at them. So nice. So they'll be able to pollinate all of our papayas and make sure that they can grow properly. But it might also be nice to place some different things over here. Some zebra plants. That will look good over here. Some nice zebra plants. And our ferns as well, I think. Oh, of course, we have some Tyto coins, and it looks like, oh, another group of Agoutis has a low population. Really? Really? Is that all three now? I think it is. Okay, so here I was complimenting the Ocelots for not destroying their zone, but slowly but surely they are getting there. They are definitely taking out all of these Agoutis, so we may actually need to add in another group over here just to be safe, because I don't want to come back and find that this whole place is destroyed. That wouldn't be good at all. And there are 12 Agoutis in a single territory, so this should be able to hold them over quite a bit. I think what I'll do is I'll place them right over here so they can also access Zone 2, because we just made this place anyway, so it might be a good idea to do so. And yeah, the Ocelots have a huge territory anyway. Oh my gosh. Huge, even bigger than I first thought. Look at that. It practically stretches across the entire biome. If we had placed them just a little bit closer to the wall here, it probably would reach this whole place, which is crazy. So we don't have to worry about these Ocelots not being able to reach anything, because they can basically take their pick of the entire rainforest if they want to, which is a little bit worrying, because once we place the larger cats, I think they have the jaguar in here, and oh gosh, the cougar too. The cougar. Wow, I didn't know cougars lived in a rainforest. Okay, so we're going to have a lot of cats in this rainforest. That's kind of cool. It's going to be the cat forest. But let's go back over here and make sure that all of our producers are in line here. We need some ferns, some lovely ferns to spruce up the place. 2 patches over there. Oops, there we go. Right there, not the fish. Do we need to give the fish some fish up here? No, we don't actually have to repopulate the fish, so it's fine. They're doing just fine. I expected that the ocelots would probably go fishing in the water here because I'm sure ocelots probably enjoy fish every now and then, but it seems like so far they're not interested in that. They're more interested in all of these little agoutis currently munching on these big clusters of mushrooms and still sitting on their little rumps to eat, which is adorable. This guy's running over too. He heard all the fuss. Has to see what this is about, see if they're really that good. Yeah, munching them straight up. They are adorable. They really are. They are very strange looking with their spiny little legs and their big thick muzzle, but they are adorable. Now what we wanted to do was unlock the orchid, I believe. So we'll go ahead and do that because I think these will be very, very nice in here. Something a little bit different. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to see the flowers just yet. Maybe it'll take some time. Oh, there they go. There they go. They already bloomed over here. Oh my gosh, those are so nice, guys. Those are so pretty. Those pretty pink blossoms, it looks like. Those are gorgeous. I definitely want to add some back over there too. Maybe on Ocelot Island, in fact. Maybe the ocelots would like a little splash of color over here, right by their trees and their mushrooms. There we go, right in the middle. There we go. We'll add some over here too where we can. I'm not sure if anything would like to eat the orchids. It doesn't have any sort of buffs on it, so we don't have to worry about that. It's not like a poisonous plant or anything, which is always good to know. Maybe we actually want to add a little bit more vegetation over here anyway, because I think the ocelots would probably like a lot of bushes and stuff to hide in. Some big ferns to stalk around in. If we can place them, oh gosh, maybe we can't. Maybe I'll just place them like over here a little bit. So it's kind of near Ocelot Island, kind of. Maybe the smaller zebra plants are easier to place over here. So we'll just pop those right in a big cluster over here. And is there anywhere else where I can stick these lovely orchids? Yeah, right here. There we go. So Ocelot Island is getting a tiny bit of a renovation here. Honestly, it's just a agouti island now. Like, there's no ocelots here at all. Their territory is here, but they seem much more interested in staying on the other side of the little stream here, which is understandable because they have giant meals like this to eat. This dead agouti. I don't remember the agoutis being that big. I don't remember that, Mr. Ocelot. I'm not sure what you're playing at, but I don't think agoutis are that big. Of course, that's our agouti population issue. But it seems like they're doing okay. They haven't wiped any of them out just yet, so I think they'll be fine. We'll just continue carrying on over here, sprucing the place up and getting ready for some new animals as well. I think we're probably pretty good, actually. We have so many ferns in the area that I think we're probably just fine. The only thing I want to do is add some ants in here and a couple more pollinators to make sure that everything is going to be able to be pollinated, and all of these carcasses that I'm sure are going to crop up around the place will be taken care of by our scavengers, because we don't want bones and skulls and all sorts of disgusting stuff piling up over here. That would not be good. So there we go, there's enough ants, and let's get our moths out here too, because we haven't used the moths in a while. I've been so stuck on those beautiful butterflies that we've kind of neglected our friends, the moths, so we'll add some of those over here. And let's see, is that good? Is that good? Maybe just one more in the very back over here. That should be perfect. I think that covers just about the entire second zone here, so that should be just fine. And I am going to add one more group of mushrooms because I know those agouti love the mushrooms. They love the mushrooms. So anything else, if anything else starts eating the mushrooms, then we might be in a bit of trouble. So let's see. How about the armadillo? That would be a pretty good thing to unlock. I think that would be good. So we'll unlock the armadillo here. And let's read about the armadillo too before we place them down. Should be pretty easy to find because it does start with A. There we go. So the armadillo. Insects are always on the menu for armadillos. Armadillos will eat just about any type of insect and can even use their powerful nose to smell insects that are deep underground. They aren't picky about their food, however. Though they eat mostly insects and invertebrates, they will also eat small reptiles and mammals, bird eggs, and plant matter. In your biodome, make sure that you have plenty of insects around to keep your armadillos happy. Okay, so good thing we placed all of those insects down just now. We placed a whole bunch of ants and moths as well, so I think they'll be just fine. Armadillos are an important prey animal for many larger creatures, including cougars, eagles, wolves, bobcats, and jaguars. Baby armadillos are particularly vulnerable to predators. Their shells are softer than the shells of adults, making them much easier to attack and kill. To ward off predators, armadillos retreat into their burrows, block the entrance with their back, curl up, and brace themselves so that they are more difficult to remove. Armadillos will also leap into the air and scare predators away, though this often backfires when the predator is an oncoming car or a truck. Oh my goodness, poor little armadillos. And it also says, though an armadillo's nose and ears are extremely powerful, their eyes are weak and their thick skin makes them less sensitive to touch, and they have fewer taste buds than other mammals. Well, that's interesting. That's actually a really interesting fact. Okay, so it sounds like the armadillos are going to be just fine here because we have a ton of insects for these armadillos to eat. So I think they're going to be very, very happy in this area of the biome. And we'll just cross our fingers that the ocelots don't come over here and completely destroy them. But it is always a possibility in Tyto Ecology. It's just something that we're going to have to live with. So let's see what these guys look like. This is the first time that we're seeing armadillos in any of our biomes. Oh my gosh, you guys. They are cute though. Look at those shells. They're so interesting. We don't have any armadillos around where I live, but I know they're quite common around in other places, and look at them just on the march. So there we go. We have a whole bunch of armadillos roaming around now, getting ready to munch away at all of the insects that we just placed. And how many can they reach? They can reach our ants, our moths. It looks like they can just barely get these millipedes over here. So I think they're gonna be okay. I know there's 8 of them, but I think they're going to be just fine over here. And if we are worried about that, we can just quickly place down another group of ants, because there are 200 ants in a colony, and I feel like that should surely feed a group of hungry armadillos. That should surely keep them fed for as long as they need to be. And I am hoping that these ocelots are going to stay with all of their lovely agouti over here. We're gonna hope. We can cross our fingers about that. Maybe... See, I'm a little bit leery to place down another group, because typically when I get really overexcited about these animals and I place a whole bunch down, I end up regretting it later, like our deer mouse issue. The deer mice and the frogs. So maybe if we spread them out a little bit, we could place this group way over here, like we were planning on doing for our frogs. If we spread them out, then maybe they won't be such an issue. And it also gives the ocelots another chance to catch a meal, so that might be a good idea. And then again, I'm just going to go ahead and place some ants in the area, because those are a lot of ants. 200 ants is more than enough to feed. What? Are you serious? Okay, maybe it's not more than enough to feed 8 hungry armadillos. What on earth, guys? I literally just placed that down. You are way too hungry to live in this biome, apparently. What on earth? That was shocking. Now we have like a 3-headed armadillo over here. What is this? What is this craziness? No wonder they all died if this guy's eating them. There you go. There you go. No more merging, guys. Oh my gosh. This is terrifying. Wow, guys. Wow. Okay. I think our ocelots need to come over here and take care of that situation, because that was a little bit disturbing. They ate 200 ants in literally like 2 seconds, so yeah, that happened. Now let's see if there's anything else that we can place over here to make sure that everyone survives, especially after seeing that craziness. I guess another group of butterflies might help, because it did say that they like to eat basically any type of insects. So we'll place that there. We'll place some millipedes over here. See, this group of armadillos is not going to go hungry. They have so many insects surrounding them right now. There is no way that they could go hungry. They can't starve. They just can't, guys. Maybe I'll put some little orchids by them just to spruce up the place, though. Some little tiny orchids. And maybe a flame tree too. Actually, that might be nice. We know that these are really tiny and they might like it to hide around in, as well as the ferns. The ferns make some really good hiding places. So there we go. There we go. They'll have plenty of space to move around in, plenty of things to eat, and I think they'll be very happy here. I think we'll be okay. When we come back, hopefully we'll find that all of our armadillos are still surviving and not destroying the place either. Not completely eating us out of all of our insects. Because that is not what I want to see. And before we end out the episode, let's just try to find that ocelot one more time. Let's see if I can spot him. I'm getting a little bit better at spotting these guys from far away, but my goodness, they are so hard to find. Oh, there he is. There's one. Okay, he was just running through the water there. I barely caught that. You are on Flame Tree Island now, little guy. You're not even on Ocelot Island. I guess they don't really appreciate that spot that I set up for them, huh? Now he's going for a nice dip in the water, a nice little swim. You might want to hold your nose up a little bit more, big cat. There you go. So thank you guys so much for watching today, and I will see you all next time. Bye!